It's time for Breaking It Down with Brittney, where I take different weather terms and events and teach you the science behind what's actually going on. Today's topic is radiational cooling. What is that? Well, let's talk about it. First of all, the first thing you need to know is that from the sun, solar radiation heats the ground during the day. So we get all nice and warm on the surface of the earth, and then at night, it starts to escape back to space. And as it does that, the clouds kind of block it, and it acts as a blanket. So it actually keeps us into some warmer temperatures through those overnight hours. But what radiational cooling is when there are no clouds. We see clearer nights, and that radiation is allowed to escape back into space, creating much cooler temperatures through those overnight hours. And that is usually caused by a high pressure system that brings us those clear nights, calm winds, frosty conditions, and also those widespread freeze events, which is what we are experiencing here at the moment. And chances still linger as we go through tonight and also into Tuesday night as well, where actually tonight is going to be one of the cooler nights of the week, where we are going to be dropping right to that freezing mark. I hope you learned something today. That's it for radiational cooling and Breaking It Down with Brittney. We'll be right back after the break.
You're watching NBC 26 Today with Abigail Hankey and meteorologist Brittney Merlot.
Right, this week is Food Allergy Awareness Week. The Wisconsin Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics is encouraging people to be aware of food allergies and be inclusive when planning get-togethers that involve food. Taking a closer look at it, food allergies are more prevalent than many people realize. 32 million Americans live with potentially life-threatening food allergies, including 5.6 million kids. That's 1 in every 13 children, or about 2 in each classroom. Now, a food allergy reaction sends someone to the emergency room every 3 minutes in the U.S. So here's a look at the most common food allergies. They include peanuts, tree nuts, milk, eggs, soy, wheat, fish, shellfish, and sesame. In consumer news this morning, if it seems like you're paying more at the gas pump, that's because you are. The average price for a gallon of gas is up 6 cents in the last 2 weeks to just more than $3 a gallon. What a difference a year makes. The Lundberg survey says the average price a gallon is $1.05 higher than the same time last year. Adding crude oil and ethanol prices are to blame. The highest price in the country is San Francisco area at $4.16 a gallon. The cheapest is Baton Rouge, Louisiana at $2.55. Looking at prices here over the last month, we've been a bit lucky compared to national averages. Still, prices have been going up. Gas is still a little cheaper in Appleton, according to Gas Buddy, sitting around $2.78 this morning. Green Bay is just shy of a nickel more at $2.82. Still, this is over 10 cents more than 1 month ago today for both cities. Now, over the weekend, we celebrated Mother's Day for the second time under the light of COVID. This time, more people were finally able to get out and be with their loved ones. Last Mother's Day, Wisconsin was still under a statewide stay-at-home order. NBC 26's Valerie Juarez shows us how some families celebrated this year.
Mother's Day, the celebration of motherhood and maternal bonds. For Renee Feiner of Wrightstown, who's a mother of 2, she says being a mom has become one of her biggest blessings.
For me, being a mom is probably the most rewarding thing in life. Just watching my kids grow and accomplish all the amazing things that they're doing. It's just satisfying and rewarding.
And as more people are becoming vaccinated this year, more families like Feiners are finally spending time together. At Chicago Street Pub, dozens came together for Sunday brunch, getting to express their love and appreciation for one another.
We're seeing a lot of families that are coming in, which is awesome, and starting to see people get together and get together with family that they probably haven't seen in a while. So there's been lots of hugs and embraces and stuff like that, and it's good to see again. Really good to see again.
Feiner says her own mom has played a significant role in becoming both the woman and mother she is today.
Well, my mom's always been my best friend, my shopping buddy, call her every day. So I would like to have that relationship with my daughter too. I would like for her, when she grows up, to look at me as her best friend too.
And that is certainly looking to be the case. Her 14-year-old daughter Hannah already spoiling her this Mother's Day.
I just wanted to do something for her, so I told her we could get our nails done. So me and her got like matching colors. We got bright pink together. Some people are always like, oh, I don't want to like hang out with my parents or whatever, but I don't know. I think it's I think it's a lot of fun.
So whether you went out to eat or just spend time going down memory lane with your loved ones, there aren't enough thank yous for Mom this Mother's Day. In De Pere, Valerie Juarez, NBC 26.
All right, thank you, Valerie. Well, as for what moms and dads are naming their kids, Olivia and Liam are the two most popular baby names in America for the second year in a row. The Social Security Administration released its annual list of top baby names Friday. Here are the top 10 girl names. Olivia again topping out at number 1, followed by Emma, Ava, Charlotte, Sophia, and Amelia, rounding up those top 6. Now, the top 10 boys' names in 2020 were Liam, Noah, Oliver, Elijah, and William, rounding out the top 5. Henry was also in the top 10, but it hasn't made that list in over a century. The Social Security Office also revealed the top fastest rising names last year. Zaire was the number 1 fastest for boys, and Avea was for girls. Now, I have not heard of those fastest growing names, but a few of those, like Henry, that's interesting. More than 100 years, honestly.
Yeah.
I know a dog named Henry, but yeah.
Hey, history repeats itself, right? What would you name a kid, boy or girl?
Ooh, I have some names, but you know they always change. I like Blake and Blair so far, but that's a Gossip Girl / something else reference. What about you?
I like it. I like those names. I don't know. I always like the name Wesley and Crystal, but we'll see. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, that's always fun, right? It's always hard, too, to decide those names. Anyhow, look at how beautiful it is outside this morning. The sunrise at 5:31 doesn't even set until 8:08. Oh, you got to love those longer days, don't you? But unfortunately, these cooler temperatures for our May, we have been below normal the past 7 of the 9 days we've had so far. Today, another day below average, making it 8 out of 10. Go figure, right? Warmer over in Minneapolis yesterday at 63 degrees. Des Moines sitting at 62. Well, here in Chicago, same exact temperature, a high of 57 yesterday. Into Green Bay, Wapaka hitting 62, though, feeling that heat, if you want to call it that, still well below average. Now, temperatures this morning are a few degrees warmer than we were this time yesterday morning, but we're still looking at some pretty chilly temperatures out there. In fact, some upper 30s to low 40s for a majority of us, but below freezing or right around that freezing mark into the Northwoods and also into northern Door County areas. You can see a freeze warning still in effect for Marinette, Oconto, Menominee, and Shawano counties until 8 a.m. this morning. Now, winds barely moving, but they are still a little breezy, creating a wind chill out there, so feeling a few degrees cooler. They're going to stay out of the north for most of the day today until this afternoon. They switch to off of the lake and out of the east. Now, as we take a look at what's going on outside, can you believe it? There is a little bit of light flurries falling all the way from just south of Appleton now into Manitowoc. Some light showers down to the south here, and as you widen things out, you can see just a little burst of energy moving on through here from this low pressure system, bringing us that light drizzle, light flurries. We're going to stay nice and calm through the afternoon, but then some more spotty showers expected to pop up later on. So mix of sun and clouds today. There's those spotty showers after 3 o'clock, lasting till about 7 or so. A few of us will see them, some of us won't at all. And then we really clear things out again tonight. Now, in terms of how much rain, just a trace. This is no heavy downpour whatsoever. But a clear night ahead as that high pressure moves on in. That's, of course, going to bring some frosty, freezing temperatures again tonight. As you notice, we drop right to that freezing mark for majority of us. Lakeshore areas, you're going to stay a few degrees above, giving us you that frost potential still. Then we'll see that sunshine for the entire day tomorrow and another cold night with that frost and freeze potential tomorrow night as well, but slightly warmer by just a few degrees there. Now, we are going to be looking at beautiful sunshine for your day tomorrow. A few spotty showers are also possible from about 5 to 7, but those move on out of here quickly. So again, today, high temperatures into those upper 40s to low 50s. Calm winds out there tonight, freezing temperatures. Please cover those sensitive plants and bring those potted plants inside, and then a few degrees warmer as we go through our day tomorrow into the upper 50s to low 60s. But in general, those 60s do return here for us all the way through midweek and into the weekend as well. We could hit some 70s as we push into the weekend with a little rain chance as we are tracking that system there. But overall, a pretty calm and comfortable week ahead.
I'll take that warmth. All right, thanks, Brittany. Up next, another Wisconsin singer taking the stage tonight on NBC's The Voice. However, we're going to learn more about an illness that kept her in and out of the hospital. That's next. 524 this morning. A young woman from Wisconsin is turning heads and chairs on NBC's The Voice. Tonight, Anna Grace hopes to move forward on her way to the finals. Now, we introduced you to Anna Grace a couple weeks ago. This morning, meet her mom and another special fan in her life.
Now I can look back like 4 years later and be like, okay, well, that's exactly why it happened, because it brought me to here.
20-year-old Anna Grace looks back on the months of health struggles that brought her to this point.
Each time it got worse, and we just weren't sure each time whether she was going to make it or not.
In and out of the hospital, Anna was suffering from life-threatening infections and sepsis. It was this battle that drove her to sing. After all, her #1 fan, Mom, had been telling her to take it up.
I've always knew she was musically inclined. However, as she said in the last story, I'm just her mom.
So she did, and that led her to NBC's The Voice, where she has made it through several rounds and worked with 2 of the show's celebrity coaches. But all those infections left her with debilitating migraine headaches, which is what led her to another superfan, Dr. Fallon Schlomer, a headache specialist at Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin.
And it's often, underdiagnosed, undertreated. People live their whole lives sometimes, just feeling this is the way it has to be. Like, I have headaches, it's just a headache, but it's not just a headache. It's a neurological condition.
Anna says she hasn't suffered from migraines while she's been on The Voice, pushing forward, rehearsing, even finding the time to FaceTime with Mom on this Mother's Day.
Yeah, it's hard for her not to be here, but I might have to get used to it.
Yeah, you might if she becomes a big star.
Right.
All right, for context, sepsis is the body's life-threatening response to severe infections that can damage tissue, lead to organ failure, and even death. According to the CDC, about 1.7 million American adults develop sepsis, and for nearly 270,000, it can be fatal. But as for Anna's chances on The Voice, yeah, she's one of 20 remaining artists as the live finale begins tonight. Anna is on Team Kelly, so you can cheer her on right here on NBC 26 tonight at 7 p.m. Now, I love The Voice. I was actually there for Chris Cruzy when he was there, so super cool experience. Another Wisconsinite hopefully making it to the finals.
That's so exciting. Wait a minute. So you were there?
Yep.
You got to go there?
And then actually, an Appleton guy made it last year, too.
Oh my gosh, we have so much talent here in Northeast Wisconsin. Get it, love it. Oh, I'm gonna be cheering her on tonight. Good stuff. I mean, look at this. This is not good stuff though. 57 degrees was our high temperature yesterday. Almost 10 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. And today, we're only gonna reach 53 degrees. That's it. Spotty sunshine out there and spotty showers. I'll let you know when a warm up is going to be headed our way in just a little bit.
Keeping you connected in Northeast Wisconsin. You're watching NBC 26 Today.
This morning, the timeline is ticking for Congress in some of their efforts for police reform. Plus,
everyone's got a story.
Yeah, even the Fox Valley. We check out a new exhibit showing how everyone got to be in this part of Wisconsin.
As long as my health do pretty good, I'll stick with them.
Yeah, this morning, this guy makes it a little easier to wake up. We're going to meet a 96-year-old Wisconsin veteran who's impacting kids' lives every day. Good morning, and thanks for joining us this Monday. I was going to say another thing. Sorry. I say that a lot for some reason. Anywho. The sunrise, another reason to smile this morning.
Absolutely. It's gorgeous out there right now. I can't believe how long these days are now. Sun rising.
So nice.
I know, 5:30 in the morning and setting at 8. Woo, it's beautiful out there. But yes, we are still, some of us, in a freeze warning with some widespread frost advisories just being canceled now. But of course, we have to worry about those plants and crops out there, especially in Door County with those cherries blooming. And then, of course, look at that. Freeze warning still in effect from Shawano all the way up to Menominee. Temperatures are below freezing into Pembine right now, and to go at 30, right around that freezing mark into Mountain. And of course, as we go through our day, those winds starting to pick up a little bit. They're out of the north up to 5 miles per hour, gusting up to 10. Temperatures, though, once you walk outside, feeling about 5 degrees cooler. We're even seeing a little bit of snowfall out there. No accumulations whatsoever, but Manitowoc, Appleton, you could have seen a few flakes flying around. Now we'll see spotty sun and spotty showers expected later on this afternoon after about 3 o'clock or so. Those wind down and clear out tonight for some more below freezing temperatures expected again, with highs today below average to about 53 degrees.
All right, thanks, Brittany. Now, it's been a question that's been asked for years. Will Congress pass comprehensive police reform? Well, many states have passed new laws. So far, nothing has changed at the federal level. It's been nearly a year since George Floyd was killed in Minnesota, and President Biden has set the date as a deadline for getting nationwide police reform passed through Congress. Floyd died on May 25th of last year, so that means Congress has about 2 weeks to do something. Now, the Packers have teamed up with a local law enforcement agency here in Northeast Wisconsin to bring body cameras to officers. Ashwaubenon Public Safety, with the help of the Packers and other donors, will be able to have 51 body cameras for officers and just about a dozen cars within car cameras. Taking a closer look at the role of body cameras and how they'll play in local law enforcement here in Northeast Wisconsin, Green Bay Police have confirmed they are 99% rolled out with their body cameras. They expect within the next few weeks to have that number at 100%. This is earlier than their initial plan to have all officers in the field to have the new equipment by mid-June. Still to come this morning, hear from the Brewers after yet another Mother's Day win. Plus, the Timber Rattlers are out to a solid start in their return to action.
High temperatures by the lake today, only into the upper 40s, while the rest of us climb into the low 50s. Some mid-50s expected out there too, with some spotty sunshine and spotty showers. And of course, those winds creating wind chills where it actually feels like the upper 40s as high temperatures today. But hang in there, look at this. We have a warm-up headed our way. I'll let you know all those details on when it'll arrive in my full forecast coming up.
And now sports with Brandon Kinnock.
Without a doubt, my favorite random Brewers stat is their success on Mother's Day compared to their lack of success on Father's Day. On Father's Day, Milwaukee is just 19-33 all time. That's the worst in the major leagues. But Mother's Day's their day, now 34-20 all time, the best in the major leagues. Break out the pink bats down in South Florida yesterday. Brewers and Marlins finishing their 3-game series. Daniel Vogelbach getting in on the Mother's Day celebration. This year's the hardest hit ball of his career at 114 miles per hour. Brewers take a 1-0 lead. 7th inning, more revenge for Lewis Brinson, the former Brewers top prospect, traded to Miami in the Christian Yelich deal. A home run there ties the game at 1. We go extra innings. How about Tyrone Taylor stepping up in a big moment? This single scores 1. Brewers take a 2-1 lead. Bottom half of the 10th, Josh Hader has already pitched, so they turn to Drew Rasmussen to get the save, and he gets the job done. First save of his career. The Brewers win at 2-1, bouncing back with 2 straight victories now after that 6-game losing streak last week.
You're happy with the group of how we responded after, a tough little stretch, and to finish this stretch in a positive way with a couple of good games and a lot of people doing good stuff is promising.
It's a long season. We're going to go through, winning streaks. We're going to go through losing streaks. I just think it's credit to, the guys in the clubhouse and everybody, believes in each other and, knowing that it's got to keep coming to play every day.
A nice afternoon for some baseball in the Fox Valley. Timber Rattlers sporting their Brewers blue as they wrap up their first week of action. First inning, road team takes the lead. Bubba Hollins with a long ball to left. 3-run homer. Beloit goes up 3-zip. That score holds until the 7th when the Snappers add to their lead. Ricky Arsenena finds the left center gap. 2-run score here. Suddenly it's a 6-0 Beloit lead. T-Rats get some back in the bottom of the 7th with a couple of bases loaded walks, but it was far too little, far too late. Beloit wins it 7-2. A bad finish to that opening series, but still a very solid return to baseball for the T-Rats. They are 4-2 through their first 6 games. Rachel Hopmeyer has a recap of their first week.
Even without top prospect Garrett Mitchell, the Timber Rattlers managed to hold off the Beloit Snappers just enough to win the first series of the season. LG Castillo is bringing heat at the plate, averaging .421 and leading the team with 8 hits in 6 games.
2 years ago, he broke camp and he was battling some health issues. Really couldn't get rolling in the first half and couldn't get consistent opportunities for him. So I'm really glad to see him get an opportunity here early and take advantage of it.
Another name to look out for is pitcher Victor Castaneda. He's 1-1 on the season so far with a 3.27 ERA through 11 innings pitched.
I believe Victor's 14 guys in a row, or 13 or 14 guys in a row he sat down. So, he was really good the other night, gave us a great shot at it, got his first win. And I thought, other than that first inning, he was dominant again today.
And in the Garrett Mitchell department, skipper Matt Erickson says that he's expected to get back to playing in this upcoming series at Peoria after being held out with a leg injury.
He came in today and it's progressing well. He said he felt really good today. And he did more rehab stuff. He still didn't do any baseball activity other than play catch. He's going to have an off day again tomorrow. And then the first day in Peoria, if everything goes right, he'll have another rehab day. And then Wednesday, we'll get him moving a little bit.
In Appleton, Rachel Hopmeyer, NBC 26.
Now, minor league baseball was realigned this year, so the Timber Rattlers, they used to play in the Midwest League. Now they play in what's called the High A Central, the West Division of that league, and through 1 week, they're in second place. They begin a 6-game series at Peoria tomorrow. That's all for sports. Have a great week.
Thanks, Brandon. All right, as you head outside, clear here into Green Bay, but we are looking at some scattered sprinkles and even some light flurries flying out there for some of us as temperatures are right around that freezing mark. So as you head out the door today, of course, we are going to rise into those low to mid 50s, well below average. So as you're taking your dog out for a walk, be wary a little bit later on in the evening because we do have chances for some spotty showers. Now meet Gracie and Harley. Gracie is the one that's mostly black. This one here is Harley. She is 2, he is 3. Absolutely gorgeous dogs. They're German Shepherds. Now, of course, we do have nice warm air headed our way. I'll let you know when that'll arrive in a few minutes.
You're watching NBC 26 Today with Abigail Hankey and meteorologist Brittney Merlot.
5:44 this morning. Now, Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit has failed a post-race drug test, and its Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert has been indefinitely suspended from Churchill Downs. During an interview Sunday morning, Baffert says the winning horse tested positive for 21 picograms of betamethasone, 11 picograms above the legal limit in Kentucky racing. So Baffert called the drug testing results disturbing and the biggest gut punch in racing for something I didn't do. He also said he didn't know why Medina Spirit would have tested positive for the drug, which is an anti-inflammatory, and that he doesn't feel embarrassed, but rather wronged. The test doesn't automatically disqualify Medina Spirit as Derby officials await results from another sample to come back before making a decision. But if the findings are upheld, runner-up Mindaloan will be declared the winner. This morning, Amazon announced the results of a stronger crackdown on phony listings. The tech giant says it blocked more than 10 billion fake listings last year before those items could be sold. Counterfeiters try to place their items on Amazon using its third-party marketplace, but the company says machine learning technology helps identify those listings. Amazon says the number of counterfeiters surged on its site as more people turned to online shopping during the pandemic. The number of blocked phony listings was up 67% from 2019. Many of us can trace our Northeast Wisconsin roots back generations and generations, while some of us are newer members to the community. NBC 26's Jenna Bree takes us to Neenah this morning to show us where you can learn more about the Fox Valley's rich history of immigration.
Inside the walls of the Neenah Historical Society Octagon House, you can now walk through 170 years of local immigration history.
the differences that each other have and the immigrants is what makes this country so great. It's what this country was founded upon, was immigrants.
Jean Yang will tell visitors about Wisconsin's Hmong population, a community that sought asylum in the U.S. after the Vietnam War, through the new exhibit, Tracing Our Paths.
I know that there's a lot of Hmong families out there who has a very exact same story like mine, but this is my story and my family's story.
But Yang isn't the only member of the Neenah Menasha Fire Department with a story to share.
I was kind of like the odd guy out in the kindergarten class, someone that came in from the outside, maybe didn't look the same, didn't sound the same, but everybody welcomed me.
Anthony Laytone's father came to Menasha from Costa Rica to learn English.
Everyone's got a story, and it's really interesting to hear, some of the struggles that people have been through. Not everyone knows, and I think, it inspires everybody to become better. And if you think you have it bad, well, somebody else before you had it